Let's talk a little bit about the long-term care, Medicare, Medicaid portion of that, because most advisors either don't talk about that, shy away from that. I was so happy to see that you addressed that in detail in your latest book. Can you dig into that for us?
Sure. When it comes to long-term care, there's really four ways you can think about funding long-term care. You can build up additional reserves to try to self-fund that. I just say, okay, I'm going to earmark or say, I want this much additional money as part of my retirement assets before I'm comfortable retiring, just in case I experience some long-term care event in the future. So that would be self-funding. A lot of Americans don't really have enough financial assets to self-fund their long-term care should they experience a need to spend like several years living in a nursing home or other institutional setting. So that's where Medicaid can step in. And that's not Medicare, because Medicare does not cover long-term care.
Sure.
But Medicaid is once I've spent down all my, well, there's a whole lot of rules around it, but
Sure.
Effectively, once I spent down my assets and income, then Medicaid will help to pick up bills for long-term care expenses. And if I am somewhere in the middle or even if I could potentially self-fund, but I can see the value of, with thinking ahead about the inheritance I'm going to leave, not wanting to be worried about whether I get care because I'm worried I'm spending the child's inheritance or something, long-term care insurance can step into the picture. And there's the traditional long-term care insurance, which has made a lot of people uncomfortable because there's a lot of aspects of it that are challenging in terms of rising premiums and lapsing with the policies where you're no longer holding it when you actually need it and so forth. But then now we're seeing more and more growth with they're called hybrid, or it doesn't have a clear name, but different types of hybrid products.
Right.
Either with an annuity, and I don't know a lot about the different hybrid annuity products, but more so on the life insurance side.
Sure.
That you can have permanent life insurance that either allows you to spend down the death benefit of the insurance for a long-term care need, or may even go above and beyond that and provide some sort of, well, first you would spend down the death benefit portion, but then you might have an additional continuation of benefit rider to support additional long-term care. And those are the four basic options: self-fund, Medicaid, traditional insurance, and hybrid life insurance, long-term care, or annuity long-term care.
And the hybrid that Wade's talking about, what we call that asset-based long-term care. A lot of people are under the assumption that, they pay, and if they don't use it, money goes poof. With the asset-based coverage for long-term care, which I applaud the industry for pivoting and listening to the consumer, you're not gonna lose that asset. You're gonna have the coverage, and somebody in your family is going to get it, which I think is fantastic.
Hey, Stan the Annuity Man here. Did you like that little taste of my podcast, Fun with Annuities? Hey, if you want to see the full version, click the link and watch the whole darn thing. Remember, Fun with Annuities. Living the reality, not the dream.